You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. I am Michael, your host. I go by Michael. All right, you don't see the projector. I got my son visiting, my other son that doesn't live with me. He is visiting, so he loves to use the projector, and I don't have a problem with it. Want to take a minute here, folks, just to tell you a little bit. Again, if you're new to the channel, we're on the Patriot Tech going live, and this is getting recorded for the Patriot Hour. Just a little bit about the movement. There is many a different angles if you're in this and actually helping, doing channels. I think they're all great. Earlier, I didn't mean to come off in any way towards anyone personal. When I'm on here, I'm on a mission to wake people up. Those of you that are awoke, following along, you're just getting more of the story. Don't take it personal. And I guess I just wanted to touch base on a few things. As far as prepping, even though Q's like, don't have to worry about it, doesn't mean not to prep. I have myself, and for 10 years, I prepped. I don't go throw anything away because somebody tells me, oh, don't worry about it. Nobody knows your circumstance, where you're at. Just simply power going off for a week or two. You should always be prepared. If you have months worth of food, 6 months, you're not wrong in doing so. It just shouldn't be the only thing that you revolve your whole life around. Honestly, before I decided to come out of the shell, I got a glimmer of hope. I wanted to get in this fight, the good fight, and help wake people up. I think that we can make a difference. It's not going to be one person. Together, a truth movement, waking up as much people as possible. It's very important. I used to, doing my research, it was really dark, folks, and I prepped, and 10 years of my life went by, nothing happened. I rotated prep food for years because it goes bad. Nothing stays, the shelf life. So you're not wrong in doing so, but I kept reading, going down different facets of this system, whether it was a music media industry, the political, they call it an ancient hope. And you go down these paths, and every door I personally went down led to some dark, sinister, satanic, and whether you believe that or not, that's what these people believe in. Over this course of months with this Q movement, people are like, oh, I'm out. It's starting to get religious, and I don't believe in that. So boom, they're done. That is as quick. Now you think about it, that's the big guys going on. Everything gets perverted. And if you talk to enough people and you find people that don't have they're not spiritual, they don't believe in a God, but then they're into some of these other things, UFO community, spiritual community, self-enlightening community, and the end result, if you look into those, always talk about, they start thinking they can become a God with the aid of technology. This is their guise, folks. This is part of the plan. So whether you believe it or not, this is what these people believe in. That's how I always say it. So it really does lead to this evil versus good, all right? Again, I am just repeating things that I've learned, what I've come to believe, but every door, and you can do it yourself, you start doing the research, every door leads to, for some reason, rituals. These people are probably just more duped than us, all right? If you're familiar with the Bible, it talks about not channeling, don't play with Ouija boards, don't ever try to get a hold of the dead. It's a taboo. You shouldn't do it. And these things on the other end, they will lie to you. They don't ever tell you the truth. They will tell you some truth to entice you. But you think you're talking to your dead grandpa or uncle, chances are you're not. It's going to tell you things to make you believe that, so you get closer. This is how it works. The highest people on this planet channel. They're getting direction. They think this is God. They think they're doing the right thing. None of them wake up to do evil every day. They're not putting on their ties. I'm going to do evil. I'm going to go out and do evil today and do evil things. They really do not think that. I don't believe that. They think they're doing the right thing for humanity, and they're being guided. So on that note, if the devil can guide people, then we know that God can have a hand on people. So that's what even made me come up out of my shell after all these years, was a glimmer of hope. And just to sit back and watch the show or think, oh, everything's bad and everything leads to this and everything's a flippy psyop. And yes, there's all kinds of bad facets all around us every day, and everything we watch and everything everything. If you're aware of it, you still can't really avoid a lot of it unless you just, fall off the face of the earth. All this system is already here. A lot of the electronics aren't good. I use a lot of it. I'm using it against them. It's the same thing with all these things that have been built up that are not right. All right. All the intelligence agencies. And again, on that facet earlier, that was the whole point. You had a couple of intelligence agencies and an inner war, one wanting to knock the other one out, create a lot of attention over there so they can maneuver over here without a lot of limelight, without a lot of news, without a lot of talk. So they kind of do something to this one over here, expose, and it's all truth. Everything that Edward Snowden said was true. It's the reason he did it. If you're going to be our fall guy, you're going to go do this, it's going to expose, going to create a lot of noise. Maybe he was a pawn in their game and he didn't even know that it was going to, that it was going to come out at the end all like this. So, and a lot of that we won't know till the end, or maybe never, but we don't really need to. We get the overall general picture. All right, we got some people in the room here. So folks, that's my story, all right? I have knocked down on every door doing research in the past 17, 18 years. And I can talk all day long about lots of angles. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I'm still learning. I probably got lots of little things wrong and how things tie together, but the overall picture is very clear. And a lot of the newer people that are just kind of waking up, not picking on you. But when you come up in the system, if you skip certain areas, you will come to conclusions that aren't quite right. Or, oh, do you know all government's bad? Deep state, one head, two hands, one door, two doors to a hallway that's the same hallway. I mean, yeah, that's been the whole thing forever. The story we're in now, there's a glimmer of hope that it's different. It's not part of that. And if it is in your head already, it's like, oh no, it's just as bad as everything else, then that is what you've come to conclude on your own research, and you might as well just turn everything off. Maybe prep real good and just sit for the next however long until something happens. So some people want to sit and wait for things to happen. Others want to participate and maybe stop things from happening. That's where I got to. That's why I'm here. Oh, you're foolish if you think, I'm thinking if I could just wake one person up, one more person than I ever have, I've succeeded. I've reached my goal. That's all we ever wanted to do. We got to be doing something right. Every single video we put out is banned, shadow banned, yellow, not appropriate for, we do have the ads on. It helps pay for a little. I'm doing all this out of my pocket. And I'll keep doing it. Truth is free, but this is America, and I have a right to make a little money if I'm going to talk and invest tons of money. Why can't I recoup a little? And if YouTube can do that by some ads or something, but no, everything's deemed inappropriate. Everything is deemed not, and all we do, I sit here and talk. I got a flag behind me. Don't tread on me, flag behind me. And we're just talking about this, like right here in this, these videos are deemed dangerous, violent. But yet there's all these music videos, heads getting blown off, comedians doing crazy child videos and just sick stuff that gets promoted, blasted, and 5 million views in a day. So we must be doing something right. And we're going to keep doing it. And 2019 is going to bring us into a whole new level. We're going to ramp it up a little bit. Things are going to change around here. You might notice my tone a little bit, folks, I am here to wake people up. Bottom line. Everything going on in the political realm is sickening right now. We're all waiting on result. We're all getting fed up. One thing after another. Are we entering into Mueller 2.0? They're setting the stage for all of 2019 to be now looking into Middle East connections with Trump. It seems like everything, like they're so mad at him for talking the whole time he ran to be president and then won it, that they're turning everything he does. If he drops a pencil, it's news for 2 days, and he's racist towards pencils. He dropped it and he shouldn't have, and maybe even broke the tip. I don't know, but it's getting sick, and it's like they're pulling out at all stops, no stops, to just attack, and they waste no time jumping right on into the next story. When time and time again, just for example, this campaign fraud they're talking about now, it's unbelievable. Totally not a impeachable offense. If anything, it's a fine. The Obama administration was the last one, for example, to get one, like $2.5 million. They didn't report in a 48-hour period. He took in billions. So in the scheme of things, they knew they could take that 2.5-3 million bucks. And in the long run, if it went to court, if somebody was paying attention enough, they're going to go to court and they're going to pay a fine. And I think they pay like $100,000 for not doing it the right way, not writing. So it was well worth it to take the 2.5 mil, try not to report it at all. Somebody was paying attention. Somebody like Tom Fitton over at Judicial Watch files the paperwork, takes the time to do it. That's a citizen. That's what we need. American people to pay attention, get upset, and do things like file paperwork. Just being loud and making the attention in that area helps. If you think it doesn't, then we're going to be in the same situation we've been in all these years. So what we're trying to fix. This is what we're trying to fix, folks. Go over a couple articles here. Obstruction, Mueller. The Mueller probe wiped Strzok phone before giving it to investigators. And I heard they went to go get the phone and they said, oh, we wiped it and already gave it out to another agent. He's using it. When they knew that would be evidence. You would do that with typical phones. Somebody transfers, retires, gets out, gets fired. They turn their equipment in. You probably scan the phone, take all data off it, mark it, log it, wipe it clean, do a factory reset, restore, give it to the next guy if it's still, worthy. But not when something should be held. And then all the they're saying that, there was a glitch in their system over there. That's what they said the first time. But the NSA had it all. And again, they're saying they don't have things got lost, but again, we got it all, right? Everything's recorded. So this bad system they set up, and again, folks, at this point, they're saying the way that they were recording everything anyway just helped muffle the system. They weren't able to even get terrorists out of all this anymore because the system was so flooded with all of our texts and all of our nonsense emails, Because a lot of people think this way. Oh, I don't care if they're getting all my stuff. I don't do anything wrong anyway. It's a bad way to think. You shouldn't, because even if you're not doing anything wrong and you're squeaky clean, it's just not a good way to live life. You shouldn't promote that, and that saying is really bad. But even if you're not doing anything wrong and they got everything, it just clogs up the system. It slows everything down for them. Was that done on purpose? Was that the point of pouring in all this information? To let the bad flourish, because now it's like trying to find the bad in the haystack. Yeah, we got algorithms and spiders to search keywords. You put in keyword searches, queries, bomb, this, that. But people are smarter than that. They operate differently in this day and age. It's just, folks, it all leads, and it all comes down to good, evil. Bottom line, you don't have to believe in it. It's what it is. You don't have to believe in Luciferian ancient hopes, but they do. You don't have to believe in seances and rituals. They do. And these are the people that are running the world. You don't have to believe in it. You can sit there, I don't subscribe to that, and I don't believe in that. Well, you probably don't, and you probably don't do all these things. They do. That's all my research has shown. So I find it really funny that these people that sit in these places that do that, when they're on TV and they're working within the governments, they're really big at trying to separate everything for us to have a religion, like church and state. Everything got real separated. Like, it shouldn't be believed in. It was a way to erase it from our thoughts and to operate, not keeping things in mind, just operate. But they hold on to theirs really near and dear. So it's things to look at. It's all right in the open. At this point, everything is in the wide open, folks. It's not even being hidden anymore. If you do all this research, you will land on, you could hardly watch anything anymore without seeing it thrown in your face, taunted. It's a real pleasure for them to pervert things and then flip it, put it into the movies, TV shows, and just taunt us while other people in their communities watch it and get a little tickle out of it. And that's all it's really for. All right, so again, let me go over a few articles here. We barely got over that one. I'm in a rambling mood today. Obstruction, Mueller probe wiped. So they're saying that he wiped the phone. FBI email chain may provide most damning evidence of the FISA abuses yet. Just before Thanksgiving, House Republicans amended the list of documents they'd present Trump to declassify in the Russia investigation. All right, so we're wanting this email chain. This is a little older article, but they've been talking about this email chain. It's going to be the most damning evidence of FISA abuses yet, right? They are delaying on this. So now they're saying, yeah, one day ago here, it smells like a cover-up going on. It smells like quite the cover-up. Findings from new OIG report raise red flags. A startling report released Wednesday by the Office of Inspector General left many wondering if perhaps it's time to investigate Special Counsel Robert Mueller, whatever. According to the report, some within the Mueller's office reset the government-issued phones, disgraced former FBI Special Agent Peter Strzok and disgraced former FBI Attorney Lisa Page after they were booted from his investigation into the Russian collusion last year. So, again, everything's like wide in the open. The minute they find out some stuff, they got these people out of that. And everyone's like, oh, well, why would you do that? Well, do you think the text messages were biased? No. Then why did you get them off the investigation? And the texts that they found to make them get out of there were from a year before. So wouldn't you have removed them a year before had you known about this? Or just now you're finding out, you're removing them because of it. You say it has nothing to do with that, but yet you removed them from an investigation. And these texts are a year old. So would you have removed them if you would have heard about these texts or these conversations a year ago? Most likely. But yet they didn't get removed then. They got to go on all this time further. So is there damage done? I would say so. I would say all these people with all their connections, it's almost like they didn't look into any of these people running anything to look at all their connections with everybody. Well, we only do that in local towns where judges might know somebody coming in that's, a defendant. We don't like that, his sister. Yeah, of course we don't. We don't want it anywhere. So it's not okay to be doing on the highest levels. All right, so I encourage everybody to just do your research. And again, folks, I do not find I just don't, like I said, I was in a darker place years ago. I've come out of that shell. The reason I'm here, probably Ben, Scott, some of the other people that have been part of this channel. We got the mods, Chris, and all. You guys are here, I'm sure, because we're trying to be proactive. All right. I don't want to just sit at home anymore doing all the research into these dark areas, reading books, watching documentaries, only to come out of that like, whoa, it's a whole nother, and it does. It gets really dark. And then, like I said, I even prepped and waited. And of course, we all go to work, got to keep up with your normal lives, research, work, and years and years went by. And yes, I seen it getting darker and darker, and I'm just like waiting for it and getting ready for it. Why not try to intervene? Why not try to help? You're foolish. Maybe I am. But I decided long ago I'm going to die on my feet and not on my knees against this system. I'm not going to cower up, be quiet. I didn't know when I started this journey years ago where it would lead, but maybe it was to get all this ingested and then be able to help others. Like I said, my mission coming here was to wake people up, and at first just at least one person. Help. Guide them in the right path. Teach. So if I could teach you something, one thing, you pick it up, you run with it, you investigate it yourselves, you learn other things. Mission accomplished. All right, so armor of God, truth. This is where it's all led me to believe is as much as a lot of people out there don't believe in something, these people do. They really do. And they think the 99% of us are the idiots, and they have to guide us because that's what they're being told. You guys are special. You're doing the right thing. They don't know. They're going to follow you. So there's no reason for us to, turn against each other. There's plenty of different facets in this movement. And yes, of course, there needs to be, some channels that are spreading the word of God. Awesome. There's going to be channels that will help you prep. Channels, back in the day, maybe on guns. I don't know about YouTube anymore, but some of the other platforms. There's multiple channels that can get you in tune for what you think you're going to need. and where you're at and what you do and what you want to do and how, that's all done here. I'm down to this. I'm down to trying to help, trying to wake up. So I hope I can be of assistance to you guys. Most of you are really, really good people. All of you. I don't think there's really, in my own personal life, I haven't met too many really bad. I mean, I've met scamsters. I've met slick tongued people, yes, but I've never really met, and even being around the globe in many countries, I've been to tons of places, and I've met and shook lots of hands and met lots of good people. You guys are some of the best. The Patriots here at the Patriot Hour. I love you all. I'm going to spend some time with my kids this evening. I will be back at some point, probably later tonight. We might pop off a live show. But I'm going to go spend some time with my family. That's where I'm feeling in my heart right now. You guys have a great Friday evening. Go out and have a little bit of fun. Relax. If you're at home, just do a little bit of research if you got nothing else going on. I recommend a movie. I probably watched it about 7 years ago. Probably seen it about 50 times. Always resort back to it. Always watch a little chunk out of it. It is tough to watch the whole thing. It's about 2.5 hours maybe. I mean, there's some parts in there get a little slow, a little rough, but it is information, folks. And other than that, it's a real good. I believe it to be, maybe 90% correct. I mean, nobody's going to have the whole story. Nobody's going to have everything put together. This, and my own research is jumping and what I come to conclusions with. This just really locked it in for me 7 years ago on a lot of the facets. So I would suggest kicking it off. Maybe watch the first half hour, see what you think. It will open your eyes. But anyway, Face Like the Sun is the YouTube channel, Face Like the Sun. And Age of Deceit, Fallen Angels, and the New World Order. It's part 1. There's going to be probably part 2, 3 on there. I think I've seen those as well. I know I've seen part 2. Not sure about his third one. Those are over different things. Not even sure what to tell you, but this first one, I believe on his channel, it's going to say about 7 years ago. All right, folks. Leave a link. I can drop a link. I'll put the link down below. This video will be going up to the Patriot Hour as well, so you can check it out there. The link down below, or right here. I'll put it up after I shut this down. So again, we'll see you guys later. Have a great evening. God bless. Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide from the Patriot Hour. And we'll see you back here real soon on the next update video. Have a great Friday evening.